Before there were kings, crowns, or empires, there was silence. A world not ruled by man, but by chaos, raw, untamed, and waiting to be written. Then, somewhere along the Tigris and Euphrates, a spark ignited. Humanity began to build, to dream, to record history on wet clay. This was Sumer, the world's first civilization. As words found their way into stones, kings found their way into thrones. Sargon of Akkad rose, the first to call himself king of the world. Far to the west, the Nile gave birth to another wonder, Egypt. Pharaoh commanded stone to rise against the sky, creating monuments that defied time itself. And in Babylon, Marapi carved justice into stone, a promise that even kings must bow before the law. But with civilization came ambition. Chariots thundered, cities burned, and empires collided into dust of history. Then, around 1200 BC, everything fell silence again. The mighty empires vanished as if swallowed by sea, but humanity rose again stronger, sharper, forged in iron. New nations were born from ashes, Greece, Persia, and the land that would one day be called Rome. This world was powerful, but the mind was more. In Athens, democracy was born. In China, philosophy found its voice. And then came the dreamers, the conquerors. From the sands of Persia to the mountains of Macedon, destiny was gathering an army. Alexander ruled east with a single belief that the world could be united under one banner, one vision, one man. But empires do not last forever. When Alexander's star faded, Rome rose, hungrier, bolder, unstoppable. By the 4th century before Christ, the world was no longer a collection of tribes. It was a chessboard of empires, and humanity was learning how to play. But every empire begins the same way, with a story, a spark, and someone daring enough to chase. History is not written in ink, it is carved into bones, into ash, into the silence left behind when cities stop breathing. Empires do not die loudly. They rot, they crack, they whisper their last prayer to the gods who no longer answer. Every crown begins as a thought, every war as a dream, every ruin as a choice long made before the fire came. We tell ourselves the past is gone, but it watches, it waits, buried beneath our roots, our laws, our names. The world was chaos once, and it still is. We just learn how to build walls around it. Stone falls, bronze shatter, iron rusts, but hunger survived, ambition survived, the need to matter survived. Don't wait for permission from history. It never gave it to the ones who changed the world. They bled first, they were doubted first, they stood alone while the crowd slept. The future does not belong to the loudest voice, but to the ones who refuse to kneel when the night presses its weight on their chests and whispers to them, "You are too small," because somewhere in you is the same fire that built cities from mud, that crossed oceans without map, that stared into annihilation and said, "Not today." So ask yourself, when your time comes to fade into dust, what will remain? Another forgotten ruin, or a mark so deep the future feels it? Because the empires are not only raised by kings, they are born in quiet moments when someone chooses meaning over fear, creation over destruction, light over dark. And when the world shakes again, as it always does, may your heart be the thing that does not collapse. May your courage outlive the ruin. May your name be carried forward, not as dust, but as a spark. History is not over. It is waiting for you. And somewhere, the next empire is already beginning to breathe.